Good morning. It is 6 a.m. Getting an early start out of Navarrette on the way to Santo Domingo today. First, we'll go to Najera, which is the first big town. I think that's about 10 miles or 13 miles, one or the other. 10 miles. And then Santo Domingo is 13 miles after that. So there's not a lot in between Najera and Santo Domingo, two very small towns. And I think there's one small town between here and Najera. So I don't know that there's gonna be a ton to see today, but we will see what we see. Getting an early, it's supposed to go up to like 77. So I'm glad I'm getting an early start because it's really nice now, but it's gonna get really hot later. So I will see you guys up the road a bit. All right, good morning again. Day 7. And it's time for our Would You Rather. This comes from another YouTube subscriber, JD. He asks, would you rather walk across a country or sail across an ocean in a boat? So think about that. And as I'm making my way to Nájera, I think I said Najera earlier. I'm pretty sure the J is not pronounced like a J. Nájera. I just crossed over back there, like the highest point between Navarrette and Najera. And then there's another pretty good climb into Santo Domingo Lake today, which should be fun. But yeah, it's all good. Think about the Would You Rather, and I'll talk to you soon. So there's that big snow-peaked mountain again. I'm not sure if that's Nájera over there. I don't think it is. I think I'm going this way. But I just looked on Google Maps and it said there's a national park over there on those. I think that mountain range is a national park. Sierra de Celebreos, something like that. So, Sierra Mountains. Pretty cool. But we're going this way, so we'll see where it goes. So I'm walking down this street entering Nájera, and there must be a school right back there. All these students walking to school this morning. And I just passed one girl that had a shirt on that was from the University of Chicago, which is hysterical since it's where I went to grad school. I don't know how it got here, but it did. And she was wearing it. Pretty cool coincidence. Alright, let's go find a place to have some breakfast. Alright, so I think this is crossing the bridge in the Najera proper. Over this little river. Some nice mountains right there. Kind of reminds me of Sedona, California, Sedona, Arizona a little bit. Yeah, very nice. There's a lot of kids going to that school. It must be a big school. So now I gotta find a place that's open this hour of the morning and see if I can get some food. Just getting passed by another vehicle here on the Camino. That's like, I had a dump truck pass me. I had a box van pass me, and I had one car pass me just this morning on the, not on like the paved part, on the dirt road part. So that dump truck came blowing through and kicked up dust all over the place. So it's a pretty busy Camino this morning for at least vehicular traffic, if not pilgrims. All right, coming up on the town of Azofra. I think it's pronounced Azofra, A-Z-O-F-R-A. And I don't know if you can see, there's a big group of students up there. They're like high school age students. There's a lot of them. And I saw them in Najera before I stopped to get something to eat. So they must have just been leaving a albergue. That's like half the group right there, and there's another half further up. So there's probably 40 of them, 50 of them. So I think that's a sign of things to come, maybe for Holy Week. Lots of people out here and lots of big school groups. We will see. All right, well, we're veering off away from the road for a while, which is nice. Heading up to a town. Next town I think is called Suroenia. Probably not pronouncing that right either, but I think it's like 3 miles away. There's no water. It's pretty dry. It's gonna be a little bit of a climb. Then there's a bigger climb into Santo Domingo. So I think I'm like 7.5 miles from Santo Domingo. It's getting warm. There's one pilgrim up there, but I thought I'd show you the vast expanse that is the Camino today. Let's keep going. All right, coming into Suroenia. Here's the name. You tell me if I pronounce it right. Suroenia. There's a driving range right there. A bunch of kids over there hitting golf balls. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this isn't a very ancient town. It looks like a lot of pop-up housing. It could have been built even in this century. Interesting. Now it's a golf course here too. Wow. So I think I'm like 4.7 miles Santo Domingo. My legs are feeling it today. I am a little tired, and scenery's been a little boring, so got to push through, get there, and rest. Take it a little easier tomorrow. But I wanted to get here for get to Santo Domingo on day 7 and stay in a pretty nice hotel. I'll show you when I get there. Here's the view 20 miles in. Mountain off to the left. Big valley. Right, crossing through. Go up over there. Feet are a little sore, not gonna lie. But we'll get there soon enough. A pretty cool descent into Santo Domingo. Long, straight, downhill. Looks like there's a little industrial section there we gotta go through before we get over there. And I think I'm staying right near that place in the middle there. We'll see. Alrighty, made it to Santo Domingo. I am in here's the cathedral right here. Cathedral de El Salvador. And here's where we're staying tonight, right here. The Parador it says Parador di Turismo, but I think when I made the reservation, it's called the Parador de Santo Domingo. So that was a hospital built by Saint Dominic, Santo Domingo, in the 12th century, converted to a hotel, and we're gonna go see what it looks like inside. And then we're gonna go see what it looks like inside there. Actually, you know what, while we're here, let's go to the cathedral first, see what that looks like inside. All right, well, it costs €4 to get in to see the cathedral. This is like the entrance area, and we're gonna go right into it here. This isn't where they have mass, little pilgrim mass. There's a little chapel somewhere else, but let's see the Cathedral de Santiago, or I guess it's the Cathedral El Salvador. Wow. smaller than some of the others. It's pretty. It's a totally different architecture style than some of those other ones we've seen. Not quite as ornate, although this room, I guess this is where the choir sits, in here. See if I can put my phone in there. Pretty cool. Beautiful. Don't know if it's worth €4 compared to some of the other ones we've seen. But there's a whole museum over here I'll go take a look in. Let me take some pictures. All right, just finished a tour of the cathedral and the museum next to it. It was very cool. I wanted to just show you guys. I saw pictures. The lobby of this place is supposed to look pretty awesome. Before we check in, I'll show you. Look at these columns. Pretty fancy. Stepping it up from an albergue tonight. And I get a free breakfast. Because it's the first time I stayed at one of these, and I signed up for their frequent stayer program, which I'll never take advantage of, but it gets me a free breakfast. All right, gonna call it a day and rest my feet and go see a little more of town. Talk to you later. All right, so I'm just leaving the hotel after showering up and going to check out town. I realized I forgot to do the Would You Rather today, which was a suggestion from one of our viewers. I think it was, would you rather walk across a country or sail across that ocean? I guess it depends on the country, right, you're talking about, because here I am pretty much walking across Spain, and that's going to take me 5 weeks. I have sailed 900 miles in a sailing ship with my cousin and his wife and their 5 kids from New Caledonia to Australia, and it was fun. It was real beautiful, but I think if I was out at sea for much more than a week, I'd get pretty bored. And we did see some whales and we did see some flying fish and stuff, but you don't see much of anything. So I'm gonna go with the walking. I just don't think I'd walk across the United States. It's a little far, but walking across Spain or walking across France or the UK, sign me up. So let's see what's downtown here, and I will publish this out tonight and see you guys tomorrow. Later.